You know that feeling, right? You're paying for that super fast, top-tier internet, but then you try to move a file between two computers in your own office, and it feels like you're back on dial-up. You are definitely not alone. In this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain on that hidden bottleneck that's secretly throttling your business and show you how to finally, unleash the speed you're already paying for.
Think about it like this. You've got this massive 8-lane superhighway of data streaming right into your building. But the second it gets inside, it slams into a 1-lane country road. That's your internal network. Every single file transfer, every video call, every sync to the cloud is a car stuck in that traffic jam. And look, this isn't just annoying, it's a hidden tax on your team's productivity.
But here's the thing. All that speed doesn't have to get stuck at the front door. The potential for an internal data bullet train is sitting right there. Your data is just begging for a clear track to really open up the throttle and go. So the real problem probably isn't your internet provider, it's your local area network, your LAN. Just imagine that internet connection is a beautiful multi-lane highway leading to your city. But once you take the exit ramp, all the roads inside the city are bumpy single-lane dirt tracks. That's what's happening inside a standard 1 gigabit network. I mean, just think about everything that's hammering your network these days. It's not just a few computers anymore, is it? We're talking Wi-Fi 6 access points, streaming 4K or even 8K video, pulling massive files off a central server, and a constant chatter with cloud apps. The network that was designed a decade ago for just email and web browsing is now stuck in a permanent digital rush hour. So what's the fix? Well, it's time to upgrade those internal roads. We're talking about building a multi-gigabit superhighway right inside your office and finally breaking through that bottleneck once and for all.
All right, so this is probably where most of us are right now, 1 gigabit per second. And hey, it was great 10 years ago. But today, it's that congested single-lane road we keep talking about. It's just not enough.
Now, the first logical step up is to 2.5 gigabits per second. You're more than doubling your capacity right there. It's like adding a brand new express lane to your internal highway. And here's the best part. A lot of the time, you can get this massive speed boost without the headache and cost of ripping out and replacing all your existing network cables.
And then, well, then there's the true superhighway. 10 gigabits per second. We're talking 10 times the speed of that old standard. This isn't just about catching up to today's demands. This is about future-proofing your network for whatever crazy stuff comes next.
So, what does all this speed actually do for your business? Well, it translates into real, tangible results. We're talking less time staring at loading bars, way smoother video calls, and a rock-solid digital backbone that lets your team actually work together without the constant lag and frustration.
So how do you actually build this superhighway? The heart of the whole operation are these devices called multi-gigabit switches. You can think of them as the really smart interchanges and on-ramps that manage all that data traffic, making sure every little packet gets exactly where it needs to go at top speed. Okay, so once you've decided to make the leap, the big choice you have to make is what kind of switch is right for you. And really, it all boils down to a pretty simple trade-off. Do you just want plug-and-play simplicity, or do you need to have fine-grained control over all your network traffic?
This little table breaks it down perfectly. You know, for a small office that just needs more speed, an unmanaged switch is awesome. You just plug it in, and it works. Easy. For a growing business, a web smart switch hits that sweet spot. It gives you cool features like creating virtual networks or VLANs, so you can keep your guest Wi-Fi separate from your private stuff. And then, for the big enterprises, a Layer 3 switch gives you total control to route data across your whole organization.
All right, let's start at the top, the power lane. When you absolutely positively need the fastest connection you can get, we're talking for your main servers, your high-performance design workstations, or the central backbone of your network, 10G is really the only way to go.
And you know what? Making that jump to 10G can be surprisingly simple. These here are unmanaged switches. They have one job and one job only: deliver raw, unfiltered speed. You just plug in your heavy-hitting devices, and boom, they get a massive bandwidth boost. No complicated setup required.
Okay, now you're going to start seeing this term pop up, SFP+. Don't let the name scare you. All it is a special kind of port that gives you flexibility. You can plug in different modules to connect with super fast fiber optic cables for long distances or just regular copper ones. It's basically how you link up the big, important parts of your network. Now, if you want to take it a step further,
A WebSmart 10G switch gives you that same incredible speed, but it also adds a layer of smart control. You can log in through a simple web browser and create those virtual networks we talked about, the VLANs. This is so useful for, say, keeping your guest Wi-Fi totally separate from your secure office network, or making sure your video conferences always get priority.
But let's be real, 10G might be overkill for every single device in your office. For a ton of modern computers, and especially for those new Wi-Fi 6 access points, 2.5G networking hits that absolute perfect sweet spot between performance and cost.
And here is the single biggest advantage of 2.5G technology, the absolute game changer. It was specifically designed to work with the cables you probably already have in your walls. It can deliver that awesome speed boost over the common Cat5e and Cat6 wiring that's in most offices, which dramatically cuts down the cost and hassle of an upgrade.
And here's another piece of tech that's a total game changer, PoE, or Power over Ethernet. This is incredible. It lets you send both your data and the electricity to power a device over the very same network cable. Seriously, no more calling an electrician to run separate power outlets for your security cameras or Wi-Fi access points. It's a huge time and money saver.
And here's what that technology looks like in action. These 2.5G switches also have Power over Ethernet built right in. So that means they're delivering both that multi-gigabit data speed and all the electrical power your devices need, all through one single standard network cable. It is hands down the cleanest, simplest way to set up a modern connected office.
And finally, for the larger organizations, the ones with really complex needs, we move beyond just managing traffic to actively routing it. This is the big leagues. This is the world of Layer 3 managed switches, the powerful brain at the core of a truly scalable, future-proof network.
A Layer 3 switch like this one, well, it's way more than just a traffic cop. It's the central command for your entire network. It actually handles the routing between different subnetworks. That means it can manage all the communication across different departments or even entire buildings with maximum efficiency and security, all while running at those crazy multi-gigabit speeds.
Look, an upgrade like this isn't just about solving today's problems, it's about building a solid foundation for tomorrow. Because as network speeds keep pushing higher to 25, 40, even 100 gigabits, having a robust multi-gigabit setup is that crucial first step. And at this level, reliability is everything, which is why you see features like redundant power supplies. When your entire business depends on the network, downtime just isn't an option.
So as we wrap up, it really all comes down to this one simple question. In today's world, your internal network isn't just some utility like the water pipes. It's a core piece of your business infrastructure. So it's time to ask yourself, is your network an asset that's actually driving your growth, or is it an anchor that's holding you back?